Welcome back to more Summoners War Monster Strategies. Today we're going to be looking at the Dark Garuda, and that is known as Rizak, or Rizak, I don't know. Around there, that's the pronunciation, Rizak. This guy is a pretty interesting monster, usually regarded not as good as Konamiya and Tion, so he would be third place because, you know, let's face it, Kahil and Linderman are pretty bad monsters. They are. Rizak seems that he could probably have some situational use, but it's still hard. It's still really hard to make him really great. Okay, let's talk about his level 46 star stats just to see, you know, how good he is. So, he has 8,400 HP, 527 attack, and 560 defense, as well as 93 speed. The stats are not amazing. Actually, every single one of these stats is lower than Tion. You know, you would think they would balance out the monsters of the same type at least. Like, you know, all Garudas would have some balanced stats. If one is lower, one is higher, but no. Tion has more HP, Tion has more attack, Tion has more defense, and Tion has more speed. Are you kidding me? So Rizak is already underclassed in terms of stats compared to his Garuda brother. That's not good. Definitely not. Okay, but even with that, even though I said the stats are not great, they're not terrible. They're not. I mean, you know, both stats reach 500, attack and defense. HP is not terrible, 8,400. It's on the lower end, but it's not terrible. You know, 9,000 would be like the starting to get on the good end, you know. But whatever. And then 93 speed. At least he doesn't have 91 speed, you know, like Linderman and Konamiya. But I mean, 2 speed, not a huge difference. But that is it for his stats. Now let's talk about the skills. The first skill is Onslaught, attacks the enemy at a breakneck speed, may stun the enemy with a 24% chance. Okay, basic move. Second one, Shadow Ball, attacks the enemy with a Shadow Ball and inflicts continuous damage for 3 turns, which means 100% initial chance, and then, you know, level 2 you would take accuracy versus resistance. And then, God of Darkness. Okay. It's a passive, and it says resistance and accuracy increases by 50%. This is actually rather interesting. I mean, it's really hard to make great use of him, but just by looking at the passive, you could kind of see he might have some potential with inflicting DOTs, because the second skill, it can be lowered to a 3-turn cooldown with skill ups, so that's pretty good. It can inflict DOT for 3 turns, it is a 100% initial chance, and then you would take, you know, his accuracy, which already starts at 50% accuracy, and make it compete against the enemy's resistance, which means that almost every single turn, Shadow Ball is going to land DOT for 3 turns. On top of that, you know, having some high accuracy will also improve this thing. Onslaught, the stunning. So he's a stunner and DOT user. It's rather interesting. It is, I mean, and on top of that, he also has 50% resistance, which is, you know, it's a bonus by this point. So that's good. You know, he's going to get debuffed less often. Definitely an interesting passive, not an amazing one compared to others, but I mean, it's interesting to say the least. It is. So, he can be considered a pretty, I don't want to say great DOT user, but pretty good, because like I said, his passive combined with Shadow Ball, he has some combos, you know, if you use them right, but there are of course other DOT users that will excel him eventually. Let's talk about the rune setups. As far as runes go, well, like any Garuda, because Garudas are slow, you want to improve his turns by giving him either Swift or Violent, and then Focus or Revenge. Now, the thing about Focus is that, okay, some people might not actually want to use Focus because he already has 50% initial accuracy, and if you focus on good substats, you could easily get him to at least 70%, preferably 80. You know, giving him 30% accuracy with all slick slots combined, that'll be 50 plus 30, 80. If you have him at 80 accuracy, he's already great. That's great for debuffing. Definitely amazing. So, because of that, you know, some people would say probably not to give him a focus because it's a waste. Instead, give him revenge, you know, so he can stun. He's going to have some pretty good accuracy already, so, you know, he'll be stunning often with revenge. That's good. And then aside from that, make him tanky by giving him HP in 4 and 6. Slot 2 should be speed to make him fast. But that's it. Just like any Garuda, it's all about being fast and pretty tanky. And also accurate, but you know, the passive works really well for this guy, really well. So, as far as substats go, you want to go, like I said, more speed, more HP, and of course accuracy. I would actually say accuracy to be your main priority, if not speed. But those 3, speed, accuracy, HP, are your 3 that you should focus on for substats. And that is pretty much it for Rizak. Like I said, he has some potential as a pretty good DOT user and, you know, decent stunner with that passive. But, I mean, there are better monsters for, you know, each of those categories. For stunning, there's always Julian, Lapis, whatever, you know, AoE users that can stun. And then for DOT users, I mean, seriously, Orochi, do I need to say more? Hell, like even Veramos when you're on, you know, Giant's Keep is good, and whatever. Tahil too. Like, there's a... wait, what did I say? I said Tahil, I'm sorry. Taharis. Why did I say Tahil? What the hell's Tahil? Jesus Christ. Taharis. But yeah, you know, like, there's pretty good DOT users everywhere, and this guy, I mean, he looks cool too. He does look cool. I like how he looks. I mean, look at this. This is amazing, but, it's just... it's awesome, but of course, how a monster looks does not, you know, equate to how good he is in terms of battle. It's irrelevant. But anyway, that is pretty much it. My overall review is that he has pretty good use. Only problem is that probably late in the game, he's gonna get overshadowed by other monsters and you will eventually probably stop using him, which is unfortunate. But I mean, I guess some people would keep him because, you know, he is a dark monster, you know, and people like to keep light and dark, so, in the monster storage. So I don't know, whatever you want. But anyway, if you have used this guy and have some nice room recommendations, go ahead and leave a comment. I am sure that other people would appreciate that. Thank you very much. Anyway, thank you for watching, goodbye everybody, and as always, until next time.